Welcome, students. It's Mrs. Walton here to teach you all about word ladders. So if you follow along with me, you'll be able to complete this word ladder and all the other word ladders after it. Word ladders are fun. They get you thinking about words and think about a ladder in this case. So in a ladder, you start from the bottom and you go up to the top. So it's the same with our word ladder. We're going to start from the bottom down here. They give us a word, and we're going to change some letters to go up to the top of our ladder. So you'll notice here, this is where number 1 is, but then what number 1 is over here to put in your answer. So make sure you know which number you're working on because the box points to exactly what clue you'll need to get the right answer. So it's kind of hard to see though, so I'm going to show you a good trick on how you can zoom out so you can see the number 1 here and then the number 1 here. So take a look at this picture of a Chromebook like yours. I have this button right here called Control, CTRL, Control, and I'm going to hit this minus sign up here. And that's going to help me zoom out on my screen like so. So I'm going to hold this control button and then I'm going to hit the minus button a couple of times like so. So now I can have my first word here, the number 1 here, and then I have 1 here. So I can work up my ladder and work down my answer boxes over here. So like I said, it requires thinking, so let's take a look. So we're going to take this word cow and we're going to do something to it to get to our next word. And it gives us a hint right here. A small bed that can be folded and put away. Change the last letter. Well, I know my first 2 letters are C and O. So a small bed that can be folded and put away. Well, I know that if I change the W to a T, I get the word cot. And a cot is something that is a small bed that can be folded and put away. And I changed the last letter just like it asked me to. So that works. So now we're going to go from cot to our number 2, which is a pan used for cooking. Mom makes soup in a big blank. Change the first letter. So I know I'm going to change the first letter, so the last 2 letters are going to be O and T. But it says a pan used for cooking. And I'm changing that C to something. Well, I know it's not going to be pan. Mom makes soup in a big pan because I would have had to change all my letters, and that doesn't work. But she could make soup in a big pot, also starting with P. Just change that C to a P, and you've got pot. And then we've got our number 2. So let's go to number 3. So we have pot for number 2, and we're going to have for number 3 an animal that lives with a person. Change the vowel. Well, I know the vowel is the O. I only have to change the vowel. An animal that lives with a person. Well, I have a cat and a dog at home, but neither one of those is going to work because I'd have to change too many letters. So it can't be either of those. But both of those are known as a pet, and that makes sense. I have my P and my T, and I'm just going to change that O to an E, and I've got pet. So that makes sense. I did what it asked by changing the vowel, so let's do number 4. A deep hole in the ground. Change the vowel. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have a P and a T, and I got to figure out what that E is going to change to. A deep hole in the ground. Well, I know my vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So if I take the E and change it to an A, a pat, that's not a deep hole in the ground. If I change my E to an I, I've got pit. That's a deep hole in the ground. So see how I just like process of elimination. I know my vowels. I just needed to kind of play around with it because I knew it was going to start with the P and end with the T. I just need to find that middle letter. And then number 5, a farm animal with a snout and curly tail. Change the last letter. So I know it's going to start with PI, and well, the only animal I know that's on a farm that starts with PI is a pig, and I know that they have a snout and a curly tail, and I changed the last letter to a G, and I've got pig. So we just went from cow to pig on our word ladder. There you have it, boys and girls. Good luck on your word ladders. You've got it.